What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back again with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Elvis, starring Tom Hanks and Austin Butler. Now, this is a biopic on Elvis Presley, covering his rise and fall, all the way through his upbringing, through childhood, all the way to his height of success. Now, in this film, you see things through the lenses of Colonel Tom Parker. You see things through his lenses on Elvis's rise and fall to fame, and it goes over the exploration on how the two met, how he ended up giving Elvis Presley a big break. Because I guess beforehand Elvis was doing all these other shows and whatnot. This is like a good 2-hour biopic. It goes over a lot of things, and the acting is very brilliant. I thought Austin Butler portrayed Elvis quite well, and you get to know, I guess, a little bit more about Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Now, keep in mind, this isn't the only Elvis biopic that's been out. I believe there was one that was released in 1979. That was a few years after Elvis Presley's passing, which was directed by John Carpenter and starring Kurt Russell as Elvis Presley. I believe Shout Factory released a Blu-ray edition of that, and I believe you could probably watch the movie itself, the 1979 version, starring Russell and directed by Carpenter, somewhere on YouTube for free. But keep in mind it might have low picture quality. If you want the one with the better picture quality, you might have to pick up the Shout Factory Blu-ray version of it. But I'll cover that film probably somewhere down the road. We're going to talk about this biopic instead of the 1979 one. But overall, it's like a love letter to Elvis fans, and in some ways it mixes, I guess, facts and fiction together, much like how when Robert Cohen directed Dragging the Bruce Lee story, he kind of mixed those two together, fact and fiction together. There's some factual stuff that happens in this Elvis biopic, as well as some fictional stuff that is over dramatized for entertainment value. But overall, you go through Elvis's entirety, through his career, through his whole rise through rock and roll, to him being drafted to go to war, and then coming back to become a movie star, and then his later years when he was doing, I guess, the Las Vegas shows and whatnot. It covers the problems he was having with his marriage, and his drug addiction and things like that. Austin Butler, he actually got in peak physical condition to play the role. I believe the guy said he took some karate. Ironically enough, Elvis Presley himself did karate. He believe he learned some karate from Ed Parker. He said the guy that made American Kempo karate, as well as some Shotokan and Taekwondo. But don't expect to see any karate in this film at all. They don't cover, I guess, Elvis's life of him doing, I guess, martial arts. They kind of leave that part out of the film, but he was working on, I guess, a unreleased documentary somewhere in the mid-70s, and it never got released. I think it was due to like Elvis Presley's health conditions and whatnot. But I thought I'd bring that up since it brought up a lot of other things in the film. It just left that part out of how when Elvis Presley started learning martial arts and whatnot. But overall, I thought this was a pretty enjoyable biopic. I liked the acting overall. You kind of see things from, I guess, Colonel Tom Parker's point of view, but then you also see how he was also screwing Elvis Presley over at the same time and whatnot. Um, financially, I guess Elvis Presley dealt with a lot of emotional and financial abuse from his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, and whatnot. So that's why I thought it was interesting when you watch the premises of the movie, where Tom Hanks' character was saying like, "Oh, people see me as the villain of this story," and it seems like he thinks that he's been misunderstood and whatnot. Um, but overall, it's got a pretty good soundtrack. They cover a lot of Elvis's songs, um, some politics here and there. The whole thing of like them trying to ban Elvis from radio stations and whatnot, and the whole thing of him chucking and jiving on stage. But overall, I thought it was a pretty enjoyable film. I can't compare it to the 1979 version starring Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. I haven't covered that one, but I'll probably cover it maybe somewhere down the road. Maybe once I get a hold of the film or catch the low picture quality YouTube version on here and whatnot. But I'll probably cover that sometime and maybe do a comparison between the 1979 Elvis biopic and the more recent one that I'm talking about now. But are you guys a big fan of Elvis Presley? Did you guys enjoy this Elvis biopic? What did you guys like about it? What did you guys hate about it? Did you think Austin Butler and Tom Hanks put on a brilliant performance? Let me know. Comment below. If I were to give this rating for this film, I'd probably give it a B-. Alright guys, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys around for the next video now. Y'all have a great day now. Peace.